Money horoscope for February 2025. Aries. February will bring a lot of surprises, both pleasant and not so pleasant. You will have to face troubles at every turn, but new opportunities and prospects will open up before you. You will be satisfied with the result yourself and will be able to see prospects, even in simple and ordinary matters. February will not be the most favorable month for Aries. You will constantly get into trouble, spend more money than you had planned before, and worry about troubles and problems in your personal life. However, they will end very soon for you, and you will be able to do a lot of interesting things for yourself and unexpectedly find new prospects in your chosen business. The Aries woman. The representatives of the sign will constantly face obstacles and difficulties. They can greatly spoil your mood, but you can do a lot to achieve your goal and do what you had planned before. However, difficulties will help you learn how to plan your own expenses and income, and you will be able to gradually control your situation. The main thing at the beginning of February is not to make any debts and not to waste money. Now you can spend it completely different from what you had planned before. Try to get busy with your business or personal life. Then you can do a lot to achieve your goal. You should not jump to conclusions if you spend money on something superfluous. Now you should relax a little, but only with your own money and small amounts. An extra cup of coffee, a pleasant drink in warm company, a new makeup bag or powder will help lift your mood. But do not rush. You should make large purchases and expenses only in the middle of the month. You will be able to make reasonable expenses at the end of the month. February is favorable for the purchase of cars, vehicles, beautiful clothes, and stylish cosmetics. But it is better to postpone real estate transactions for another month. The Aries man. Your financial situation is going to be very difficult this month. You'll have to spend a lot of money, pay off debts, or make unplanned purchases. It is possible that you will have to look for additional ways to earn money. Only in this situation will you be able to compensate for intensive expenses in the middle of the month and at the beginning of it. Many men will find it difficult to cope with financial difficulties, so they may get into debt, which is definitely not worth doing in the middle of the month and at the beginning of it. You may encounter new expenses and may not be able to repay loans and debts immediately. You should not open a business in February either, as you will worry about troubles and scandals, unexpected expenses, or loss of stability. In addition, things may not turn out the way you planned, so don't take any risky actions. During this period, it is better for you to save the amount and postpone the purchase. Unless it is absolutely necessary, try to have a good rest and start spending money on what you are interested in or need in a difficult situation. February is not conducive to major purchases, especially those related to real estate, as you may have a lot of unplanned expenses this month. Taurus on February will be a favorable month for Taurus. Smooth, pleasant, and very calm. You will be able not only to do things that you have not been able to do before, but also to use your capabilities. So, try to do something interesting for yourself and allow yourself the long-awaited pleasure. For Taurus, the last month of winter will be smooth and calm in everything. You will be able to find not only new sources of income, but also the right balance between spending and savings. At the beginning of the month, many Taurus people will expand their financial opportunities and will be able to learn how to earn more than they had previously planned. The main thing for you in February is to do what is interesting and important to you. Then you will be able to earn great money and indulge in exquisite pleasures. The Taurus woman. After a period of difficulties, uncertainty and setbacks, a calm and favorable time will come for Taurus. You will feel invisible protection, well-being, and love that will spread your wings and allow you to do a lot of bright and interesting things. You will be collecting money and saving for your dreams without even noticing it. Some Taurus people will decide to regain their physical fitness after the holidays, so they will start cutting back on groceries and daily necessities. This will allow you to unnoticeably collect the amount that you will be happy to spend on pleasant and interesting purchases that will delight you for a long time. Feel free to spend them on what you find interesting and enjoyable. Purchases for beauty and health will be successful. High-quality decorative cosmetics, clothing, skin, and hair care products. Try to learn how to dress beautifully. Create bright and stylish images. February will be conducive to change and will help you update your image and style. Savings and starting a business will also be beneficial if you have calculated everything correctly. However, for some Taurus, February will present a challenge that can lead to unexpected expenses. Try to calculate all expenses and income so as not to pay too much. Medical devices and medications can become your trap, for which you risk greatly overpaying or becoming a victim of fraud. The Taurus man, it will be an auspicious time for men of this sign. Finally, you will be able to save up money and spend some of this amount on yourself and your own pleasures. You will be satisfied with yourself and your life circumstances. You will be able to earn great money and see new prospects in your chosen business. February will be a favorable month for Taurus in all respects, so you will be able to purchase many necessary things and spend money on pleasure and set aside a certain amount for each day. The only thing you personally should save on is clothes and gadgets. You can purchase something extra that is unlikely to be useful to you in life. Try to spend the money on what you really want and need. For example, you shouldn't skimp on visiting a pool, restaurant, or buying a stylish wallet if you really need one. But buying an extra sweater, scarf, even if made of high-quality material, or a pillow of natural origin, is not worth it, as it is unlikely to benefit you and make you regret the money spent. This month, you can safely lend money without compromising your luck, but you definitely shouldn't borrow even small amounts this month. Gemini. February will not bring you significant changes and expenses if you follow a clear plan for the future. Unexpected obstacles may appear in front of you, but you will be able to correctly determine your financial course and spend money only on what you really need. The last month will only increase the tension in your life and bring you a lot of surprises and troubles. You will be unhappy with the way your life is going. You may encounter unpleasant surprises or the need to sacrifice something, including money. Beware of thieves and scammers. It is possible that someone is abusing your willingness to help someone financially. The Gemini woman. It will be a time of change and surprises for you. In February, many people will turn to you for financial assistance, and you probably won't want to refuse it to anyone. However, you should be careful in this area, as you can simply be manipulated and used for your own purposes. Be attentive to what you say and do, and try not to accept deceptive offers, especially from those who impose themselves as friends. You may become a victim of scams or believe beautiful promises. During this period, try to listen to the voice of your mind and intuition more often. This time, it will definitely not deceive you, and if you have doubts about the decency of a familiar person, it is best not to believe him, as you can get into a very unpleasant situation. Try to learn how to plan your expenses correctly, and do not try to buy what the seller so obsessively advertises to you. Otherwise, you may worry a lot about embezzlement or the fact that for a lot of money, you bought something completely different from what you needed and useful. You should beware of beautiful offers and tempting promises. It is not worth investing money in questionable offers if you do not want to stay on the beans or lose a significant part of the amount. The Gemini man. Representatives of the sign may face injustice and trouble. You can lose money by believing beautiful promises or people who know how to arouse pity and pretend to be poor and unhappy. Try to avoid troubles and scandals. Do not believe tempting offers. Most likely, you can lose money if you believe beautiful promises. Listen to reason, which will help you cope with all the troubles and difficulties. It will help you navigate the situation correctly and make great money. In addition, new perspectives will soon open up for men of this sign. You will be able to find not only additional earning opportunities, but also excellent means of increasing and preserving wealth. In February, you should save money not only for what you are interested in, but also for what you could not afford before. This month, training courses, trips, spending on specialist consultations, and additional earnings will be favorable for you. You can also spend money on household appliances, gadgets for your phone and computer, accessories and household goods. You should start a business only if you are confident of success, but spending money on apartments, cars, and shoes this month is not worth it, as you risk spending more money than you had planned. Cancer. February will force you to grow up internally and become more serious in all respects, including financially. You will be able to plan your expenses and income more accurately and learn how to set different goals for yourself. The main thing is to get together and try to do what you dreamed of and adjust your expectations regarding financial opportunities and your own monetary prospects. This last month of winter will give Cancers a sense of rationality and inner freedom. Some of you will realize your shortcomings and will be able to learn not to spend money on something that previously brought you only short-term pleasure, causing feelings of disappointment and dissatisfaction. You should pay attention to your career prospects and start acting to get more out of life than you currently have. The Cancer woman. You will decide to postpone purchases at the last moment and take care of your prospects and activities. Many Cancers will set new goals and objectives for themselves, decide to act and create favorable conditions for work and new activities on their own. You may have other goals in front of you, so your expenses will become different, as well as financial planning. Feel free to give up anything that doesn't benefit your body and soul. For example, nothing terrible will happen if you give up excess shower gel or a new dress, provided that you have not dreamed of buying them for a long time. Very soon, a new start will appear in front of you, which will require significant financial investments from you and obtaining funds. In order not to regret that there is too little money to make your dreams come true, try to save on things that are not important to you, even if they are just pleasant little things. This will help you not only save some money, but also prepare for this period of time and the stage of change. In this situation, you should think about what you can do without and purchase only what you will definitely use. In February, it is favorable for you to buy durable items that you will use for a long time, but bright but fleeting offers and promotions can provoke you to make an extra purchase that will make you regret the amount you spent. The Cancer man. A favorable period will come for you, although sometimes money will not be enough, especially if you have planned a renovation, a masterclass, by a well-known specialist, or a major purchase. Sometimes you will borrow small amounts or get by with casual earnings, which can cause feelings of dissatisfaction and trouble. Try not to spend more than what is necessary this month. You need to realize your goals now in order to take steps towards them. Only in this situation will you be able not only to take advantage of the chance to realize yourself, but also be able to arrange holidays more often on gloomy days and pamper yourself with pleasant things and what is really important, interesting, and very pleasant to you. Try to please yourself and show your character. You can safely spend money on things that improve your interior, cognitive potential, or appearance. It's just better not to be petty, but to purchase something that contributes to your attractiveness and will be worn for a long time. A leather jacket, stylish and sturdy shoes, warm gloves, and a scarf. The time is not favorable enough for buying real estate, but February is one of the most favorable months this year for selling an apartment and getting rid of unnecessary things. Leo, a golden time of achievements and successes will come for you, including in the financial sphere. A bonus or unexpected inheritance or wealth is not excluded. Only in this case will you be able to succeed and do what you previously liked and enjoyed. In February, you will have the opportunity to prove yourself or do something incredible. A bright turn in your personal life or career is possible, and you will be very pleased with how your life is shaping up this month. A bonus or unexpected receipt of money will force you to make a large purchase or spend money on something that you couldn't afford before, but beware of troubles and scandals from the outside and the possibility of fraud and theft. The Leo woman. In February, you will finally be able to afford what you dreamed of. A new turn in your activity or career. Unexpected money can force you to make purchases without really understanding your desires and capabilities. It is for this reason that you should avoid large purchases at the beginning of the month and not believe in beautiful promises. Big money can attract scammers and scammers to you, who can significantly worsen your financial situation or force you to spend money on something completely different from what you need. Therefore, beware of other people's advice and outside interference in your life. Avoid spontaneous purchases and tempting offers that you can hardly resist. They can lead to major troubles and losses that will make you bite your elbows more than once and regret your own gullibility. February will be a favorable month for realizing a dream, whatever it may be. If you dream of a fur coat, a beautiful bag or stylish shoes, expensive perfumes, or a trip to Thailand, go ahead. You will be able to fulfill your dream and return home with a lot of positive impressions. But don't let others confuse you. The Leo man February will be a bright and favorable month for you. You will not only feel free, but also receive a generous reward for your efforts and interests. Not only can you do something interesting for yourself, but you can also get big money or bonuses. Some will give you a lot of money or repay debts that you can spend at your own discretion and even afford to enjoy. For example, such as a trip to a warm country, a major purchase, or renovation. You'll be happy to be able to do what you're interested in and spend money on what you've been dreaming about for a long time. Just be wary of spending money related to relatives. Otherwise, you risk spending much more than you previously planned. You will be able to do things that you have not been able to do before. Go to school, or agree to a vacation or a trip to another city. Therefore, try to determine your desires. Otherwise, there is a chance to spend a lot of money, not at all on what you need. In February, you can lend to anyone who needs money, but be careful not to give large amounts. They may not be returned. Try not to borrow money yourself. Otherwise, you risk getting into an unpleasant situation. It is better to act within your capabilities and try to expand them. Virgo. The last month of winter will be stressful for Virgo and quite difficult. You will have to spend a lot of time and effort on completing things, so financial problems and business will be on your back burner. However, this month will be the most dangerous for Virgos, so be careful. In February, Virgo will be busy either with their personal lives or with business. Money and everything related to it will not bother you. But this month you may face major losses and troubles, especially if you have planned something wrong. Try to find the time and energy to realize your dreams or compensate for the troubles. Simple but pleasant things can help with this, such as a cup of coffee, a chocolate bar, or even a portion of fried potatoes in a pleasant restaurant. The Virgo woman. This month will be very difficult and challenging for you, especially if you will constantly correct mistakes and do everything in order to establish relations with your superiors or sort out your family life. Nerves and troubles will force you to take your mind off business and worries for a while, so you will worry too much about troubles and scandals, which can lead to you becoming vulnerable to fraudsters or making completely unplanned purchases, which you yourself will soon regret. Especially beware of losses and deception in the first half of the month. At this time, it is easiest to confuse you with interesting and tempting offers. Therefore, try not to believe in beautiful promises and do what you really enjoy and are interested in. In the second half of the month, you will be able to patch up the holes in your budget and start saving money, even just so that you have it. Only in this situation will you be able to achieve what you want and do what you thought you couldn't do. Try not to make purchases, especially large ones, unless it is absolutely necessary. Otherwise, you risk falling into the clutches of scammers and paying for your own frivolity and gullibility. Only if you are sober and reasonable will you not lose money and will be satisfied with yourself and the combination of circumstances. Beware of trusting strangers, especially if you are successful. There is a possibility of loss, fraud, or theft. Virgo man, men will be preoccupied with problems at work or family circumstances. For some time, you will not be up to expenses, as you will spend all your energy and money on current needs or household arrangements. Many people will have to borrow money, which is not worth doing this month, as you can lose a lot. So that troubles don't stop you from doing what you previously planned. Try not to rush into expenses. There is a possibility that you will spend a lot of money, not at all on what you had planned before. So trust yourself and try to act wisely and correctly. Only in this situation will you be able to avoid fraud and unnecessary expenses. Be careful. In the second half of February, in this situation, you can do a lot for yourself and significantly improve your own financial situation. But fraudsters can take advantage of this. Therefore, do not look for questionable or too risky ways to earn money, as this will not lead to anything good. It is better to focus your attention on the positive aspects of life and expand your competence in the area of life where you excel. Libra. In February, your main expenses will be related to communication, travel, and financial support for loved ones. This is what will help you not only achieve your goal, but also significantly expand your horizons. In addition, some Libra will be able to fulfill their most cherished wish. Representatives of the sign will be pleased with themselves and their main activities. They will be able not only to expand their own horizons, but also to save enough money for the trip of their dreams. At the same time, Libra will be able to find the right balance between expenses and income, and may encounter minor expenses related to travel, study, and socializing. Libra woman, the representatives of the sign, will be very pleased that they will be able to fulfill their dream, even if it is not associated with large expenses and acquisitions. You will be happy to spend money on meetings with friends, your own hobbies and trips. Some people will decide to enroll in studies and do what is really interesting and important to them. So you should not limit yourself to anything and do what pleases you, without really thinking about changes and large Expenses. Beware of fraud and deception in early February. You can buy a completely low-quality item cheaply that you cannot return. It is also not necessary to make purchases online in unverified stores, as the likelihood of fraud and deception increases. You should pay attention to what is interesting and try to save up for your dream. Moreover, some Libra people will be able to find new sources of income that will help them do things that they previously had neither the time, nor the energy, nor the means to do. February will be a favorable month for small purchases. You can safely lend money, but try not to get into debt yourself in the middle of the month. It is better to start saving money in the middle of February. But February is not the best month for large expenses. Libra man. It will be an interesting and vibrant time for you, when you can find time for friends and arrange holidays more often. Some men will be able to significantly expand their horizons, become brighter and more interesting, attract the attention of the opposite sex, and invest ridiculous money in it. Not only can you do things that you didn't have the time and energy to do before, but you can also turn your hobby into a profession, which will significantly reduce your expenses. For example, if you used to take pictures just for yourself, now you can take pictures at weddings and events, which will contribute to your activities and good luck in everything, and moreover, increase your income, so that now you can combine business with pleasure. Libra will be able to make interesting acquaintances, and some will even meet their dreams in love, which may also require spending on beautiful things and gifts. In February, purchases related to improving appearance, gifts to loved ones, and hobbies will be successful. You will be able to purchase vehicles and save up for a vacation. However, saving in February is more expedient than buying something, so do not rush to realize your dream, especially if it requires large investments. Scorpio. Scorpios will be able to purchase something that they had not planned before. A happy combination of circumstances awaits you, which will help you acquire what you have in mind, and even more. The month promises to pamper you with pleasant surprises if you can change the way you look at your difficulties. This month, Scorpios may have unexpected luck or an acquisition. At the same time, you can buy the right product at a significant discount and use the money you save to treat yourself to a cup of expensive coffee or chocolate. You will be happy with your life and will be able to find a reasonable balance between spending and saving, and even earn some extra money. Scorpio woman. The representatives of the sign will see the light at the end of the tunnel. Not only can you make great money, but you can also purchase something that you didn't have enough time, energy, and money for before. You will not only be able to compensate for expenses, but also learn how to manage money wisely, and at the same time, not feel that restrictions prevent you from enjoying life. You will be able to find sources of joy that do not require large investments. For example, meetings with friends, pleasant gatherings over a cup of coffee will help you feel the pleasure of life and pamper yourself with pleasant surprises and little things. Try not to limit your expenses too much, as you will be satisfied with the result of your activities and will be able to purchase what you dreamed of. February is conducive to both large and small purchases, so feel free to spend on what you really want or need. You will not only be able to purchase what you really need, but also to please others. Buying what you need for a hobby, such as a camera, rackets, or a new gym swimsuit, will be very useful and necessary. But it is better to postpone the purchase of an apartment, car, or large and expensive things for a while. Scorpio man. February will be quite a harmonious and interesting month for you. You can not only get rid of a bad habit, but also control your own expenses, especially large ones. without feeling that you are missing something from life. This month will be a productive, calm, and harmonious month in which you can afford anything you want. The main thing is not to take your buddies and friends to the store, unless you are shopping for them, or for the sake of getting together and relaxing in pleasant company. This month, you will be able to find new and unexpected sources of income. Many Scorpios will be lucky in the lottery, and they will be able to achieve results they never dreamed of. In addition, some representatives of this sign will be able to realize themselves in their favorite business, work in a specialty that they are really interested in, which will reduce the cost of a hobby or make it their main activity and income. Scorpios will be able to open deposits in February and start saving for the fulfillment of their dreams. Any acquisitions for the sake of hobbies and interests will be very beneficial and necessary. But buying a car and real estate this month may disappoint you. So try not to plan major purchases for this month unless it is absolutely necessary. Sagittarius, this month, representatives of the sign may face unexpected obstacles and expenses. What you plan to purchase at the very beginning of the month will either not be in stores, or it will be completely different from what you wanted to purchase before. It is possible that you will not be able to buy what you want, or you will succumb to other people's persuasions and buy an unnecessary or completely useless thing. It will be very difficult for you to control your own expenses. This month, you will have to buy a lot of small, but not the most necessary things. Your plans will constantly change and collapse. Some Sagittarians will worry a lot about small things, or the fact that household appliances will break down, which you will have to spend a lot of money to repair. To avoid such troubles, try to postpone what you have planned for a while, as you are unlikely to be able to purchase it in the first half of the month. The Sagittarius woman, for you, the beginnings of the month will be constantly associated with some expenses and troubles. You will have to constantly postpone planned purchases, as the money will be spent on helping relatives, unexpected needs for yourself, or repairs, or the purchase of new household appliances. Some women will want to update their wardrobe or renovate their apartment, but your plans will constantly change, and you will worry about the troubles and the fact that everything is not working out the way you planned it. Try to get yourself in order, improve your mood and well-being, and pay attention to your own health. In the second half of February, you should spend money on various beauty treatments, a solarium, improving the appearance and beauty of hair, and nails. Many people will want to update the contents of their cosmetics bags and will purchase better cosmetics than the ones they had before. However, beware of believing the seller's promises. Otherwise, you risk getting into trouble and spending more than you previously planned. You should not take your advisors to the store, because under their persuasions, you risk buying something completely different from what you had planned before. The Sagittarius man. This month, you run the risk of encountering various troubles and obstacles. Many of them will not allow you to quickly purchase something that you did not dare before. So you should not plan anything, especially in the first half of the month, and think about how to pay off debts or improve your financial condition. Try to earn money or use opportunities that you haven't noticed before, but try not to depend on other people. It is for this reason that you can expand your own horizons and find new and unexpected sources of profit and increase your income. So, try to think of a strategy for making a profit or accessing more money and opportunities than you currently have. February will be a good month to save up for expensive items or the trip of your dreams. Starting from the second half of the month, you will be able to save money for what you need. This month, you will be able to create a financial plan, but do not rush to act strictly on it, as you will have expenses and new things to do. February is not the best month for the sale and purchase of real estate, but it is the right month for the purchase of vehicles and cars. Capricorn, it will be time for you to realize your dreams and succeed in your chosen activity. However, practical Capricorns are unlikely to use all their material resources and financial capabilities to achieve their goals, which is why they may miss a lot. Most Capricorns will be busy planning their affairs and opportunities. Many of them will resist circumstances and skimp on small things, which can lead to you missing something important and biting your elbows later. Try to show character and use all material resources to achieve the goal. Otherwise, you will miss a lot. Capricorn woman, February will not be associated with difficulties and worries for the representatives of this sign. However, in the middle of the month, you will have to spend a lot, which may lead to the fact that you will even have to get into untouchable stocks and debts. Some people will have a chance to make a career in another city or even a country, which will require additional financial investments. But you should take advantage of the opportunities and chances for success. Otherwise, you will regret more than once that you did not take advantage of such opportunities. However, you'll be happy to be able to do what you're interested in. The current period will be favorable for large expenses and acquisitions, but you should not take out loans this month, as you may overestimate your own strength and get into an unpleasant situation. Try to rely on your financial strength and capabilities, but do not give up the financial support of relatives and friends. At the end of the month, you will be able to afford a large purchase for your business image. For example, a leather bag and a beautiful stylish thing that you've been dreaming about for a long time. However, you should avoid sales because at a low price you risk buying something that you absolutely do not need. Avoid debt and small expenses, especially during the period of promotions and discounts. The Capricorn man, it will be time for you to plan carefully financially and spend heavily on professional development or travel to another city. Some Capricorns will consider buying a car or taking advanced training courses. This month, it's better to shop for gadgets, appliances, stylish and status items for your style and image. You should borrow only if the specified amount is not enough for the necessary purchase, but beware of mortgages or loans. Otherwise, you risk losing a lot. You should not take your relatives to the store, as you risk losing a lot in your life or buying something that is not what you planned. You should not buy a lot of things, even if they are not too expensive with significant discounts. Otherwise, you will regret your purchases. In addition, Capricorns do not need to save money on buying stylish things for their image. The difference in price can lead to the fact that you will regret your purchase, and the thing will be of poor quality. If you plan to buy leather trousers, take leather trousers, not a substitute. When buying a smartphone, take exactly the model that you planned at the very beginning, even if they offer you something cheaper. Otherwise, you risk regretting this purchase, and the money you save will be spent on repairs if you don't have to add something else to them. Aquarius, the last month of winter will be the first month of your financial well-being and prosperity, which you never dreamed of. Finally, you will have the opportunity to pamper yourself and allow yourself to do things that you didn't have the money, energy, and money for before. But be careful, as there is a chance to waste a lot of money. New doors and opportunities for additional earnings will open before you. You can not only make your life brighter and more interesting, but also buy something that you didn't have enough time, energy, and money for before. In addition, Aquarians will voluntarily want to help their relatives. Do something interesting, bright and tempting for them, which they could not afford before. The main thing is to avoid messy and spontaneous purchases, which can lead to disappointment. The Aquarius woman, Your financial opportunities will become much wider. You will be able not only to achieve what you want, but also to do something interesting for yourself and pleasant for others. At the same time, you will not only be able to spend your savings, but also find new and unexpected sources of income. For example, you can purchase rare and healthy oils, branded cosmetics that will make you brighter and more interesting for the opposite sex, and allow yourself to change your usual image, making it brighter and more colorful than before. You will be happy with your changes. You will be able to earn more, and some Aquarians will receive a long-awaited promotion, which they did not expect before. It is for this reason that the representatives of the sign should broaden their horizons and not be afraid to make large purchases for themselves. And for other people, this month, it is better to spend money on helping loved ones, gifts for children, buying beautiful, expensive, and stylish things, including precious metals, quality self-care, travel, and the purchase of things that are needed for your hobby. However, beware of reckless spending, especially in the presence of other people. In the store, especially during the sales period, you can simply be confused. The Aquarius man. Men should not skimp on hobbies or work. You can make a positive impression on others if you create a vivid image for yourself or purchase a couple of stylish accessories that emphasize the originality of your image and style. For example, if you often perform on stage or do stagecraft, then try to create a stylish and vibrant image. A new shirt, hat, or leather bracelet will come in handy for your new, vibrant, and interesting look. If you've been dreaming of a trip to the sea for a long time, go ahead. You will have a great rest, and you will have fun, and will be able to share pleasant impressions. You should not skimp on gifts for your beloved wife and children. They will be very pleased with this, especially if you do not just please them, but guess their dream and their most cherished dream wish. You will be happy because you will be able to do something that you did not have the means to do before. But beware of deception and fraud, especially on the internet. It's better to use cash than to lose it on questionable websites. Pisces. February will provide you with great opportunities to fulfill your dream, if it is material. The main thing is to calculate everything correctly and not spend a lot of money on small things. However, if a friend asks you for financial help, do not refuse him. This will help you cope with a difficult situation. Pisces may face unforeseen difficulties and expenses at the beginning of this month. However, it will provide you with rich opportunities for self-realization. So try not to deny yourself anything and do what you really want and need. Moreover, this month, you will have many additional opportunities to enrich yourself or spend money on personal needs that you have always dreamed of. The Pisces woman. Representatives of the sign may unexpectedly face the need for large expenses and expenses. This will be due to the fact that you will be very worried about the lack of material resources, or the fact that the dream will have to be postponed and the funds will be spent on what is needed at the moment. However, in general, February will be a favorable month for various financial transactions. You will be very pleased with yourself and your condition, and towards the end of February, you will be able to make a purchase for which you have been collecting money for a long time. In some cases, you will have to calculate your strength. If you want to buy a car, you will have to save up quite a lot. In February, it is better to spend money on trips, especially to warmer countries, hobbies, high-quality cosmetics, and outfits. You should not buy household appliances, electrical appliances, and shoes, as they may be of poor quality, or you will make a purchase under the persuasion of the seller or a friend. The Pisces man. Men may face unforeseen expenses, which may be related to both household appliance breakdowns and troubles related to your relatives and friends. You may have to give money to someone or help someone in trouble. It is for this reason that you will feel uncomfortable, as you will have to constantly postpone the purchase of your dreams. Try to purchase what you planned towards the end of the month and do not take anyone with you to the store. Otherwise, you will regret. Your choice. If you dream of great love or the opportunity to win the heart of a woman you like, try to change your appearance. A visit to the hairdresser, a stylist consultation, and the purchase of sports goods, beautiful clothes, and stylish shoes or perfumes will be quite useful. You can afford a quality vacation in the pool, a walk in the city, or something pleasant, stylish, and expensive that will allow you to look brighter and create a stylish image. You shouldn't spend a lot of money on small things this month, or buy a car or household appliances unless absolutely necessary. It is better to lend money only if absolutely necessary, but a mortgage in February can significantly hit your wallet.